Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the vlog. I just got out of the shower and I just realized I put my wallet back in my pocket, even though I'm going to bed. I'm a brilliant person. So today we're going to be talking about something that really kind of caught me off guard, kind of surprised me tonight. And that is the Chevy Bolt. And that's Bolt with a B as in boy, not V like Volt. And if you really want a lot of info on this, watch the Doug DeMuro video on it. Just Chevy Bolt. There's probably not many videos on it. But this very, very much surprised me. Like a lot. And the Chevy, I'm sure many of you have heard of the Chevy Volt. That's kind of one of the most prominent electric cars. It's like the Chevy Volt and the Nissan Leaf. Aside from the Tesla, of course, being the biggest. But, the other brands, it's like the Leaf and the Volt. And the Chevy Bolt, I hadn't heard of this, right? But I watched this video about it, and I was very, very surprised. So the Chevy Bolt is like the Volt, but, like, good. And I don't know too much about the Volt, so I guess I can't say too much about it. Maybe it was a good car as well, I don't know. But the Bolt actually really, really surprised me because it's the Tesla Model 3. It just doesn't look like it. The selling point, the price, $30,000. So that's a little bit cheaper than the Tesla Model 3 base price. And then I think they also still have the tax deduction because they haven't sold 200,000 vehicles. So that's 22 and a half. I'm not sure about that number. I don't know something. Okay, anyways. So it's going for 30,000, right? Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's going for 37, but with the tax deduction, it's 30. It's in the same neighborhood, right there with the base price Tesla Model 3, which of course isn't in production. But here's the deal: the range is like 238 miles. And I watched this video. Doug DeMuro, usually pretty harsh. Like he's usually there to point out the flaws in cars, the minor flaws in cars that are just, you would never think of them, but when you watch him, you're like, wow, I could see that being a problem now that he's told me about it, But the thing is, with this Bolt, he really didn't have that many problems with it. And it's this electric car, and, it's not ugly. It's not ugly like some other cars that, when you really look at it, the only reason it's not selling is because it's not a Tesla. Like, people are hyped to get Tesla because, is it really because they want the electric? Sure, yeah, save some money on electricity and save the environment, but really people want the Tesla so that they can drive down the street and say, like, look, I have a Tesla. Like, dude, look at me, Tesla Model 3, are you kidding me? It's not even going to be in for a while. But, the main selling point at the Tesla, especially even for me, is just the fact that it's a Tesla, right? That just, who doesn't want a Tesla, dude? And right here we have the Bolt, which is not a popular car that everyone wants to get, but it's really right up there. And if you actually want an electric car because you're looking at and saying, hey, electricity is cheaper than gas, and so many less parts that it's a lot less to maintain, like, this is really cost realistic, financially realistic, I want to do that, or I want to save the environment, a Bolt really should be up there on your shopping list with Tesla. And a lot of this I'm just quoting and paraphrasing and plagiarizing. Well, it's not written, I don't know, what Doug said in his video, but that's what the vlog's about, right? Restating information. But this Bolt is a really good car. And it's not some lame car. It has a lot of really cool features. Like, there's this one setting called hilltop reserve. And you hear hilltop reserve, you're like, what the hell is that? Apparently, it's this setting. You get to choose how far the battery will charge overnight. And the idea behind it is, if you have a house and you live on the very top of a hill, it'll charge your battery to, you say 90, 95%. You charge your battery to 90%. And then when you leave in the morning and you coast down the hill, all the coasting, you guys, I'm sure braking and going down hills can help recharge the battery. You go down the hill, and by the time, the idea is when you're at the bottom of the hill, you are at 100% battery. Like, you leave at 90, but you end at the bottom of the hill, you're at 100, which is a crazy idea, but I mean, when you think about it, if you're going to drive this every day, that is a lot of electricity to save. Like, hey, 2 weeks gone, that's 14, that's 140% of your battery. So however much it costs to charge the battery, you just saved. So in the course of a month, you're going to be saving, 300% of your battery life? Maybe 15% or 150%, 300%, 150% of your battery, which is a lot. That's like 2 or 3 charges. So it's not big, but it'll build up, right? But just it's probably not as much of the feature itself as it is just the fact that they thought of that. The fact that, like, this isn't some cheap electric car. This is something that people put actual time into. Like, to think of that and implement that in a car that's selling for $30,000, that's pretty impressive. There's the ability on the key fob to turn on the climate control before you turn on the car. It's a classic electric car with a power button and everything. It's a pretty normal car. There's 2 rows of seats. It's taller, so it's like the seating of a Honda Accord with a pretty good amount of space in the back. I don't know what kind of, maybe you call that a crossover. I don't know what type of car you would call that. But a good car getting 238 miles on one charge, which is right, like literally there. The Tesla Model 3, I think, is at 220, and then this is 238. So 18 miles better than Tesla. I won't say it's better. I'll say they're equal because they're so close. Same mileage as the Tesla. Just almost same everything as the Tesla, but without the over-the-top luxury and Tesla logo on the front. The biggest difference is going to be the grille of your car, where Chevy logo or T for Tesla. But man, I was really surprised to see this car. It's a really good car, and it's going for 30. And unless Doug didn't tell us, unlike the Tesla Model 3, it's going for 30. The Tesla Model 3 is going for 35. But Elon Musk, he literally said, he said it on Twitter, that most Tesla buyers and enthusiasts, the type of people that are going to be buying a Tesla, are going to spend about $51,000, $52,000 on their Tesla, because the base model doesn't come with, autopilot and blah, 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 all this random stuff that is so kind of accustomed to the Model S, and just something that, like, hey, I'm getting a Tesla. This is not going to happen for a while again, so I want to make it good. I'm just going to chip the extra $2,000 and get this and this and this. I'm buying a Tesla, dude. I got to go out. I'm not going to spend all this money on a Tesla but not get the stuff that Tesla is known for, So Teslas are going for, 50, 55 realistically. And this car's just sitting there. It's going to go for $30,000, $35,000. It just, yeah. So there, I shared it with you. The Chevy Bolt is a real car. It's not the Volt. It's the Bolt. And I think it looks better than the Volt, and it has a good range. It's very, very, like, attention to detail. There's another setting, like max startup volume. That's like, if you're coming in from a party late at night and you have the volume all the way up, like in your carpool, like you're playing music at 100% volume, and then, next morning, it's Monday morning, you get in the car and you turn on the radio. You don't want it blasting again, like, oh, geez, okay, it's 7 a.m., I don't want this. You can set a max startup volume for, like, 25 or whatever, so that when you turn the car on, the volume automatically will not be higher than 25, so that you're not, scared out of your pants starting Monday morning. And there was one other feature they shared. It was like, oh yeah, there's some option like alert me when my charging cable is stolen. I have no idea how the hell that works. But you know what? That's just attention to detail, okay? So yeah, there you go. There's your Chevy Bolt. Most of you probably didn't know that exists. But hey, look, it's the Tesla Model 3 in an, I'll say, uglier package. But I mean, it's really not that ugly of a car. It's not like an Aztec or something. So, good video. Why did I say good video? That's stupid. Okay, hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy it, like it. If you did not, dislike it. Remember to share your opinion and options below. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.